Hunt Showdown is a unique and challenging first-person shooter PvEvP battle royale where you risk everything for a shot at victory. There are two primary game modes, Quick Play and Bounty Hunt. These both have PvP elements or are outright PvP based. There are two other more secondary game modes, but they serve more of a training or skill development role. In Quick Play, players are given a hunter with basic gear. The objective is to find and close 4 rifts, which unlocks the wellspring. Once a hunter has opened the wellspring, all remaining rifts are deactivated, and the only way for a player to win is to be in control of the wellspring when time runs out. But only one person can be in control of the wellspring at a time, and death is the only way to relinquish it. The player controlling the wellspring when time runs out keeps their hunter and all gear, XP, and skills accumulated throughout the match. All other player-controlled hunters die, and those hunters are permanently lost along with their gear. Bounty Hunt is the foundation of the game and the main game mode. Here, players can enter in teams ranging in size from 1 to 3 players. These teams race to find 3 clues which lead them to one of possibly 2 bosses on the map. Once the boss is found, it must be killed, banished, which is a timed event, and looted for its bounty. Then the players must attempt to leave the map through predetermined exit points, all while being hunted by the remaining players, which can see them in real time on the map, as well as where the exits are. If the team extracting the bounties makes it, they get to keep their spoils and are paid handsomely. If they fail, they die, and all is lost. Quite refreshingly though, players can exit the map at any point during the game and get to keep any gear or XP they found up to that point. So you can set your own goals or call an audible and hightail it out of there if things go bad. As far as graphics and art style, Hunt Showdown is absolutely gorgeous at being disgusting. The monsters are gruesome and horrifyingly perfect. The world is dark and apathetic, an absolute playground for death. As for the sound design, the engine's so impressive that it easily becomes the most important part of the game. Hearing twigs snap as players step on them, or crows being scared off in the distance, will alert you to other hostile players, some who may be hunting you for your precious loot. While the graphics and sound engine both score very high marks, the combat is the centerpiece of the experience. Hunt Showdown feels entirely different than the other games that crowd its genre. This battlefield does not welcome the tactic of charging all willy-nilly at your enemy, jumping and strafing and sliding towards them, guns a-blazing like some lunatic. No, that's a good way to get your ass full of lead around here. In these parts, you'll find yourself creeping up on your victims slowly and quietly as to not blow your cover before making that crucial opening shot. You'll find yourself taking aim right in the middle of a gunfight, waiting just a split second longer than you're comfortable with just to make sure your hit scores, because the damage is high and the reload, it's long. A lot of time was spent in the modeling and design of the many weapons in Hunt Showdown. The sounds and actions of the weapons, as well as the attention to detail, leads to a very satisfying shooting experience. In fact, one of the hardest lessons to learn in the game is to restrain yourself from shooting all the monsters in your way. The guns are fun and effective, but loud and ammo is limited. Melee is the common choice against mobs, while bullets are typically reserved for bosses and other players. The game is difficult, punishing, and unforgiving. In fact, it was a review that warned of this that actually motivated me to try the game in the first place. If I remember, it goes something like, "You will die and die and die again. You will die until you get good, and then you'll die some more." This difficulty is what really makes a good run feel satisfying. But it also has a tendency to make the game less approachable for new players, as only the very determined and experienced will have the heart to push through the trials of being novice. So while Hunt Showdown is a very difficult game, it's not really a bad thing. In fact, it's quite refreshing. When the time comes that you killed your first boss, snatched its precious bounty, and hastily yet successfully charged to the exit, killing monster and man alike to get there, once you taste the sweet nectar of victory, well, that's a flavor you can get used to. Due to the difficulty of the game, it lacks a large player base, and while it's changing in recent times, many of the active players are longtime veterans and will absolutely dominate novice players in a gunfight. In addition to that, the load times are quite long, and loading in and out of games will put a heavy load on your PC. But all that being said, if you're into battle royales, no-holds-barred shooters, co-op horror games, or just another adrenaline junkie looking for a hot fix, Hunt Showdown is the huckleberry you've been after. Pick it up and check it out, and I'll be hunting for you. My name is Rob. This has been my review of Hunt Showdown. If you appreciated it, found it interesting, click the like button for me. Let others know. If you had a really good time, click subscribe and hang out with us more often. I look forward to the next time we meet. Until next time, keep the game on, GameStar!